7 years ago, I packed my luggage, I packed a bag, I took the Eurostar straight to London, and I had a dream. I just wanted to work in tech. That was it. I dreamed of the high skyscraper of London, I dreamed of the high salary, I dreamed of the fancy holidays. I was so inspired by all those busybodies in the city. The city had so much meaning just in the name. So it meant so much. And I had never been in the city, but I knew of it, right? I wanted nothing more than to prove myself. I wanted a life that was so different from what I had back in Belgium. I wanted that life. I wanted to be a tech person. I wanted to be a tech worker, whatever you want to call it. So now, 6 years later, I want to teach you a few things that have happened to me. Today, I want to share my piece. I want to share little nuggets of experience, situations that I've been in, that maybe will help you decide if that's something that you want to do, and if you do want to be a tech person, know what to expect. The aim is not to discourage anyone at all, actually. I think tech can be a really fun environment. It's a really fun field, but I think, well, you could say like in everything, there are lots of good and there are even more bad, I think. Or maybe I've just chosen badly, but anyways. For context, here is the start of the story. I started my journey in a bootcamp. I studied international business back in Belgium, and at the bootcamp, essentially, I found myself with people who should have already, I don't know how to say it, but they should have already been working. And that was quite a slap in the face, because I realized at the point, the industry is quite rough. Because those people, there were some people who studied AI, some people who studied aeronautic, like smart people, you know what I mean? And then I was there like, hi, I've done business, which is fine, it's okay. But the industry is a beast, and all of us were competing for attention. I went through the bootcamp for 3 months, unpaid, obviously, at the time. Apparently they have now decided to pay people, which is great. I wish they had decided to pay people before, because that would have helped. And essentially the only thing that you eat for 3 months, if you're not living at home, you just rest on your ambition. That's it. I essentially ate grains and rice, and that was it really for 3 months. So that was great. Anyways, you do the sacrifices that you have to do. I was then placed in a company that was like 30 miles away from, well, London. So that was great, because I do live in London. I was living in London at the time. So I can't tell you how well that went, because essentially what happened is that they told me a bit at the last minute that I had to move to, well, it was Reading actually, and it was in the middle of September. You might not be aware, but that is essentially when uni kind of start. But essentially what I'm trying to say is that all the cheap accommodation were already taken, and I had 2 weeks to move to Reading because I had to actually start. So that was great. Love that, thank you. I had to relocate within literally, like I said, 2 weeks, and I had no financial help. I had no, well, support at all. The only support that I got were from friends or from a partner, which was great. And essentially I had to get a place that was a bit more expensive, because again, they told me so late that I couldn't get a place because most of the places were taken by students. I worked there for 2 years. I couldn't leave technically. I mean, I could have, but however, the way bootcamp works is that let's not deal on it too much, but essentially the one I was in, remember, I was desperate, and a lot of people are desperate, was that you have to pay them back if you do not finish your 2 years placement with them. Because essentially the time that they invest in you, knowing that, you know, already you didn't get paid your training, but, you know, they invested in you, you're gonna pay it while working for them. And believe me, they make more than that. It is a way to earn. In the end, I still got my job, but yeah, do be aware that bootcamp are a two-edged sword. Most of us got a position, we got to start in the industry, but we didn't have much choice because essentially we would actually get sued. Fast forward now, I'm 30 and I recently got promoted to team lead, platform team lead actually. Yeah, it's okay. As in, the issue is that nowadays a lot of companies, especially if they're not tech companies, try to cram as much as they can in the people that they have, which I guess is like that for every company, right? But essentially what was supposed to be your job extend, right? And sometimes you are paid for that, sometimes you're not, right? And it is the way of the industry. That is it, right? You can find better companies. I do think there are better companies. I have seen examples of better companies, but please be aware that what you see on social media is only an aspect, right? The reality is that most tech workers actually work overtime. Most tech workers are actually really stressed. Most tech workers actually have health issues, right? I need you to understand that. There is a price to pay to working all those hours. The price to pay is your health, the price to pay is your family. And the thing is that a lot of older people always thought, hey, you know what, just work a lot for like 30, 40 years, just give everything you have and then you go on retirement. And the issue is that we're starting to see more and more people in tech either quit earlier because they cannot physically continue the intensity of the job, or they're actually quite a high, like I said before, a quite high rate of health issues. So those people either never make it to that time, or they make it in a state that's physically rough. Then you realize, what was the point of working so hard, right? Yeah. Anyways, the point of this video was not to be a bit negative. I apologize for that. But again, I want you to be aware of certain things, and those things are not on social media usually, because what I see in social media is, and I'm guilty of that as well, is the high skyscraper, the view, the fancy dinner, the fancy clothes, and I love that, right? Don't get me wrong, like I'm someone, I like nice clothes, so I'm a bit in a state of like, I do need to make money because I like going on nice holidays and I like to have nice things. But there is a reality, and the reality is not what you expect. That's it. Anyways, I hope that this chat was at least a bit useful. If there are any things that you want to talk about, or you want me to talk about, to cover, in tech, please let me know. I'll be happy to talk about those. There is a lot of things. Like I said, I've been working in this industry for 6 years now, so there is quite a bit of things I want to say, or that I can say actually. Yeah, that's it. See you soon.